Good morning. It is Sanjay and Rose with Motivation Station. Rose, good morning.
Good morning. I'm
Sorry, I call
still.
you off guard. Yeah, it's
I
been
need
quite
like
a morning.
2 seconds. Like, what a
Yeah, no.
morning.
I cuz there's a friend that I used to work with. I help him a lot with computers, and he's like, "Hey man, can you just call me like Saturday morning to do something real quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, I should be good for like
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock, right?" But last night I went out with some friends. Like we like to play board games, and we were playing board games
Yeah.
yesterday. And I got like, cause I go to their house after I put my daughter down to sleep, and
Yeah.
my daughter goes to sleep around like 8:30 ish. So I got there around like 8:45. I was there till 3 in the morning, playing a
Oh
game.
my goodness.
So I'm
Yeah.
exhausted, but like, the game was fun. We had a lot of fun, but I'm so exhausted because like I just came home, I'm
Ah,
knocked out, and then I missed the call with my friend that I was trying to help. So I called him at 10, helped him for like 45
morning.
minutes, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I have to go. I have something I have to do, and then I can call you back. And he's like, all right, no problem. And then here we are. And I had to get something to drink. I had to like I couldn't find my notebook.
Wait.
But it's been quite a morning, and I see for even for yourself, it's been a
I'm
disheveled
trying to
morning.
make it. I had this beautiful braids for so long, right? So I wanted to take them out today, but they were
Mm.
so tiny. I never will do them tiny again because it literally took an hour and still I don't know how many I got untangled, but you know what? Most
Nah,
of most
I
of
was
them
just on the
untangle.
surface. On the surface, see, it looks great. I like it. You still look great. You're fine.
It's amazing, right? I feel like I didn't give enough love last podcast and I decided to bring out love again. It's still
Of course.
February.
Yeah.
And I
So
said
like,
let me bring
yeah, no, no, I agree, and that's great too because, like I said, at the end of last podcast, I definitely want like month end, kind of like reviews in a sense, but like, I labeled it right now for like I just called it February month end review, but I'll come up with a
yeah.
better name and update it. But I think it's nice to have some time to ourselves to just go over everything that we've come to experience, come to talk about with our guests, and just catch up with like each other and stuff that's going on in our lives. I just do want to say, like, good morning to not just you, but our viewers. And I see Morgan was
Audience.
actually awake for our podcast this time. So, Morgan, welcome, welcome. Good
Morning,
morning to
hello.
you. And Rose, she says you're beautiful, Rose. See, so you look great. You're looking
Thank
inspiring.
you. Oh my god, I've tried. You don't understand. I still find like one, two, like maybe I will be like untangling while I'm just kidding. Whoop, losing it here, losing it. So my what I was going to do with my a little agenda, I wanted to summarize my February. I wanted to catch up with my mom update, right?
Yes, please.
I wanted to summarize our podcast
Mm,
February, and I also wanted to hear what you have done in your February. What I started to do with my mom is um, focusing on the wins. Like every time we make a psychotherapy call, I said, "Mom, tell me your wins. Tell
mm,
me your wins for this week. Tell me your wins for today. Tell me your
mm.
wins yesterday." You know why? Because it keeps us a very motivating and it keeps us looking forward to a new, a beautiful day. I'm just gonna
Agree.
stop.
No, no. Yeah, just yeah. With your hair,
I
no, you're
think I
good.
was kicked out of my earpods. What should I do? What should I do? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you're fine.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So that was my three things that I was going to share. And let me know if you want me to start.
Yeah, yeah, we can definitely start with that. But one thing I did want to
Gina!
show you, yes, yes. Good morning, Gina. Thank you for tuning in. We missed you too. We missed you. We missed everybody. Listen, I love having you guys
Yes,
on,
we missed
around as well
everybody
too.
for sure. That's why
But
I'm like, we need more laughs today.
I wanted to express further gratitude and show more love because I like as a one-off, right? So I've been going through some financial struggles this month, but I'm finally like catching up. And one thing I did do, thanks to Josh, who was he viewed our show on one
Beautiful
of our
neighbor.
podcasts, yeah. And he was, I was explaining that he was doing his own like shirt designing, his own like getting shirts and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, like, can I just put in like an order, like just so I have like one thing, right? And I was able to make
Yeah.
it. So I'm wearing my sweatshirt today. I'm gonna show it off. Yeah, hold on. Let me
What?
set it up. Yeah,
How
see.
you do that, ladies first? I'm just
Can you
kidding.
see? Can you? Yeah, see
Come
it.
on. Oh
So
my
and
god!
then like
I'm just
I'm so
screaming.
I want to make a better one, but I think it still looks good. But on the back, hopefully you can see
What?
it. Hold on.
This is. Oh my god! And a QR code.
Yeah, so
Oh my god! I'm just about to cry.
the QR
I'm
code
about to cry.
is huge, but it works. It just needs good lighting. So I either have to
Oh my
change the color,
goodness. Guys, did
um,
you see that? Did you guys see that?
and so I got the hoodie,
Wow.
and Rose, I got you
Oh my
a
god. Rose
shirt,
got a shirt. Oh my god.
and then you know
Like,
on the back of the shirt there's the QR code too.
wow, this is my Women's Day present.
So
Maybe.
I'm gonna ship that to you eventually. There's not really an error I'm seeing per se, but I think the
Yes,
best.
Gina. Yes, that's
I
exactly. And we have a QR code in the back so you can scan it and watch our podcast everywhere,
Yeah.
anytime,
So
and listen us on
like
Spotify.
like I said, Josh. So Josh was saying like the QR on the code in the back on the T-shirt though. I think he said he
Want me to
kind of
send
messed
out?
up, so he's actually making me another shirt. So I'm gonna keep this shirt.
Mm,
I might use it, maybe give it away. But I'm gonna make another
give
one
it
that is
away. That's exclusive
um
one.
that I'm gonna see if I can get him to fix it, and then I'll ship it over to you when I get the chance.
Oh wow. Oh my God, Josh.
Yeah, so
Thank
we got
you
huge shout out
so
to Josh. I think it's Gemini
much.
Creations.
Wow.
I'll link
Oh
it at the
wow.
bottom for his to reach out to him to be able to catch him on Facebook. I'm not making official merch yet, but I am getting there. Um,
We are.
but we I just wanted to put something on here, so now I'm gonna wear my hoodie when I go to the gym. So if people see it, they check it out. They're like, what the heck is this? And they scan the QR code. It takes you to our YouTube
Wow,
channel, our Facebook
guys.
channel, and our Spotify. So
I'm just melted down right now. Let me
yeah.
get a movement. I'm like crying here. Happiness is the way it is. We did speak about this last week, and
Hmm.
boom, it's happening. I
Yeah.
like that we speak about something, and we're not just speaking, we're actually putting some actions towards it. And I'm glad that you guys watching us and happy for us as well. Oh my God, I cannot wait for all the collection.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
amazing.
I was talking to Morgan about it because
This
she was like the first person I told, and I was like, hey, I got a hoodie. She's like, oh really? She's like, you got to set up so I can get a hoodie, a T-shirt, a mug, a bumper
Morgan, you was
sticker,
first.
and well, she didn't. Oh, actually, I think I did send her a picture. No, I don't think I did. I just told her
I'm just
I made
kidding.
it.
All the
Yeah, yeah,
love, all the love.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, tank tops, V-necks. Well, no, we could definitely get some shirts going, but like we're just kind of working our way up. So right now I'm wearing it just so then I can spread more
Guys,
awareness
we're
about
gonna
it.
have our closing
But
collection. I can see
we'll
us.
get. We promise we'll definitely get it going, and you guys will be the
Wow.
first to have our early
Yes, Gina.
subscriber
Thank you,
special
Josh.
and be able to get some merch, right off the bat.
Yes,
So we do
yes.
appreciate that, and we will work on that. But back to what we were talking about. Yeah, Rose, you can definitely start off first. I was making some notes in general, but I would love to hear
Yes,
about your mom, and then just in general.
yes. I want to summarize. Okay, I don't even know what to start. Let's start with my mom, right? It's always
Mhm.
exciting because,
Sorry, I just
and
started
then
talking over you.
I will catch up on my February. Like this year, I decided that every month, which is a great thing to do, in the end of the month, summarize the month, what we have been doing, and just to look how progress is going in your life. Did you achieve your minor goals
Yep.
towards your major goals? So that's kind of keep me going, and I love doing that. We did that in January. I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
still crying.
Oh.
And we're definitely doing that in February, which is amazing. And I do that for my own personal goals. And I always put these little personal goals that comfortable for my brain, and I achieve them. And that's what we do with my mom right now. I was giving a lot of energy. I'm still doing everyday healing sessions for her, distance healing sessions, aka like Reiki style.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now we still have psychotherapy. So we worked out four major traumas that made me angry. I was like, oh my goodness. I took everything personal. Obviously, she's my mother. But I think I will take personally for anyone because it's just like when you listen to the story, you kind of live it the story with the person. It's so personal. And she doing amazing. She started off her new medication. Now, it's still the same medication, but second soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely taking it like she's thinking it like it's just vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's just vitamins for 28 days. I'll be all right. She's definitely meeting up with her girlfriends more. She's
Mm-hmm.
74, girlfriend 78. And they were doing stuff together, going to the forest. She's been walking. She's been a minimum making 3,500 steps. Most of the time, she's making like 5, 7, 8,000 steps a day. And I was like, Mom, wow, right?
Yeah, it's
She's
so loud. Yeah.
definitely have her appetite, which she never had.
Yeah.
Now she's eating, she's cooking. She's just like feeling that. And the best news, of course, it's in the end, right? The best news that her friend's daughter, they are going to, with her husband, they are going to Thailand in October. So now my mom is thinking that I think she needs a vacation. She needs to change the scenery. And
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, where would you like to go? We were speaking about Turkey or Thailand because that's where they go. It's very
Oh, yeah.
close.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now I said, just
So,
go with your girlfriend. And then obviously I started realizing 74 and 78 together with no English. I don't know about that. So and then she said her daughter is going to Thailand in October. And I said, boom, just go together.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just go together. Just have that vacation. She's going to be 75 this year on December. And I'm thinking of getting her a birthday gift, a trip to Thailand. I think it's going to be very amazing. And I think she needs to have a beautiful vacation. And hopefully, by her birthday, by that time, she's going to be cancer free. So, yeah, I think
2020,
the vacation needed.
2020 to 2025 is gonna be the year. It's gonna be full of nothing but amazingness, and I would love to partake in this gifting to your mom to be able to travel to Thailand. So we'll definitely talk and
It's
work
just
some
like
that.
wow moment, right? When the person wasn't even couldn't even walk, like holding on to the walls to be able to walk. And now we're walking, eating, and thinking about going to another country.
Yeah, and
Just traveling by itself at 74 with limitations,
yeah, I mean,
which
I
they're
think we
not
talked.
there, but
I think we talked about it because a lot of it does come from the mental. It does come from your mentality, and I think you pushing for her to push that positivity was definitely a benefit. And I remember even when we did our call. She there, of course, there's the language barrier, but
thank you, Megan.
she
Thank
could
you.
feel um our positivity, and our well wishing and our prayers and all that. She knows that we're all thinking about her. And now it's beautiful that she's able to think about herself and be like, you know what, I want to go treat myself. I want to go have some fun. And then she has
Yes,
you as an amazing daughter, right? So you're over here pushing her to go live her life and do everything. I mean, like I said, I barely take 8,000 steps a day, and she's doing it like it's nothing. And I think that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, Megan says, yeah, good for your mom. Yeah, absolutely. I think wholeheartedly, all of us agree. Great for your
thank
mom.
you,
We're
guys.
very
Thank
happy.
you so much
Um,
for every light prayer,
yeah.
every just thought. It's just thank you so much. That's an update on my mom. I want to
Mhm.
do a little summarization on my February, on my personal goals. I want to share what I did and where am I going and
Mhm.
how's things going. Maybe it will motivate you, motivate the audience.
Of course.
Yeah. And as soon as I get back from Jersey to GA, I shaved off like 8 pounds. Yay me, right?
Nice. Okay.
So, and in February, I started a calisthenics program.
Mhm.
It's like an app. You get like a 28-day workout, and there's the stages: first, second, third stage. So it's for the whole year.
Mm.
If anybody wants it, it's only like $36 a year. But I need to integrate some workouts into my life. It's only 15 minutes a day,
Mm.
but it's such a huge difference. My goal was shed off another 4 pounds, and in 10 days, I lost another pound. And
Mm.
I'm not trying to gain it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
So a workout for me is energy. It's just one of the successful habits. We're successful people, and we're definitely striving to be successful. So that's one of my things. I graduated my first program, Beauty Detox. My first student launched out, had a beautiful result. I finished yesterday. Today I'm going to be giving out certificates. I'm very proud of my group.
Congratulations.
I'm
Yeah.
collecting,
Absolutely.
yes, that's another huge thing for me. I'm collecting other people for everyone who has a skin. They want to detox skin inside out. Program is open for everybody for 21 days. Now the second program I'm already launching. I'm finishing up Pro Beauty Detox. It's finishing up on 28th of this month. I'm filming it every day. I've been working on my skin. I already look 4 or 5 years younger. The
Yeah.
Pro Beauty Detox, it's a red light therapy and aquabrasion system when you shed off 8 years out of your skin, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to look
Sure.
younger, right?
Yeah.
So that's the second program launching next a month. After that, I'm launching another program, intensive care, and the fourth program is a complex when you exercise your skin and you do gua sha and all kinds of beautiful stuff. So I'm focusing on these programs and making people beautiful and healthy,
Mm.
as well as definitely working with my mom. That was a huge success for me, and I've been doing 10,000 steps as well, trying to do every single day with along with my workout. Just started watching how much I eat, how I eat. I started eating more slowly. I started eating with joy
Yes.
because I used to like just let me put it in, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's like no, I know exactly what I'm putting it in. I'm eating slowly. I'm enjoying every bite, the joy. After last podcast with Beverly, today I had my vintage. I in February I started my vintage Saturday breakfast. Right today I had that avocado toast. Right
Mm.
as Beverly was speaking last time, have that vintage moment, just tradition that I created for myself. Have a beautiful Saturdays before motivation station.
Hmm.
This kind of sets the mood, you
It
know.
does. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
It's like I don't want to rush anymore. I
Yeah.
want to enjoy every second because I won't get it back anymore. And why not, right? And obviously, planning and um, putting goals and putting a good plan towards that goal helps. My goal was learning more on communication, and I told you I've been reading this book. Everyone connects, a few connect. I've been reading for 15, 20 minutes, but I have been reading and actually remembering and paying attention to what I read to be able to apply. I'm not just reading to read, I'm actually applying what I'm reading, which is important. It's not how many books you read, it's about how many books you actually applied and seen results.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah.
was a huge result. And at the end, right? A couple of great things happened to me. I started my own Rose Crown official channel about in December. And today, as of today, I have 90 subscribers. Thank you,
Nice. Okay.
everyone, for watching, liking, sharing. I love you all. I have almost 7,500 views on my American channel, but I started with the 68 subscribers. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
So the 22 others came along since
Mm.
December. And then in January, I launched my, I think it was in the middle of January,
Mm.
almost a month, I think, when I launched my Russian channel. Yes, I do speak Russian. And that channel has 25 subscribers. It has, as of today, it has 9,500 views.
Nice.
Guys, it blew up. It's amazing. A lot of other countries watching, not just like it's Uzbekistan, it's Russia, it's Ukraine, like Russian speaking countries are watching. And it's so fascinating how it's amazing. I love what I do. It's only shorts for 30 seconds to a minute a day. but it's just so cool, so great. I love connecting. Those two channels been definitely growing. I just want to say, vision your life the way you want it to be, and
Yeah.
just write it down and the goals, and then write it down the plans, what you want to do to get there. That's definitely helps. And always check your progress. Check your progress and tap yourself on the shoulder. Say, hey,
Yes.
I'm doing so good. I'm proud of myself.
Yep.
Because I used to didn't say that. I was just moving like a machine. I'm just moving. No, stop. Relax.
Yeah. No,
Look where
I.
you already did so much.
Yeah.
Stop.
We
Tap
don't
yourself.
show
Say, hey, it's
we don't show
amazing.
enough appreciation even for like the smallest achievements. So I 100% agree with you because sometimes we're kind of headstrong. We see one big goal, we're like we just want to achieve that
Yeah.
one big goal, but people underestimate the smaller goals because that's what leads you there. And I'll talk more about that, in a bit. Yeah, I want you to continue. I just want to read some of the comments here. So,
Yes, please.
us talking about dieting 100%, but Morgan's over here eating Oreos. Listen, there's nothing wrong with eating Oreos, okay? Oreos are great.
In the morning, nothing wrong.
Yeah, just do what you
As
need to
long as
do.
it's not at night.
But like Gina's agreeing with us in the sense of yes, like definitely eating slowly has it is good for, not just for just like appreciating the food you're eating, but it's good for digestion as well. So like
Yes.
yeah, like you said, like now we're not just eating the eating, we're trying to fuel by eating correctly, instead of just fueling
Yes.
whatever we can put in. Now we're just trying to
It's
make sure
about what
that
our
we
body needs, not what we like.
exactly. And yeah, now we're just kind of taking the time and appreciating just time itself, of its own essence. Every day we're appreciative of the time that we have and we make the most of it. And I know you do for a fact because there's times where I'm like, hey, let's do a quick call or, I want to talk to you. And you do a call with me and you're outside and you're walking. And I know it's cold as, but you're walking out there and you still have time to talk, which is great. And I'm like, I see you doing that. So I'm very proud of you of sticking to that.
Thank you.
To Morgan,
Sit down with
Rose's
my
other
chocolate
channels.
collection.
Yeah. To Morgan Rose's other channels, I will definitely link Rose if you don't mind.
Thank
I'll
you.
put your other channels in the
You can link
description
it.
later. Yeah, 100%. And if you guys
You
want to
can learn some
follow,
Russian.
learn some Russian, watch some videos, get some motivation on that end too, because I've seen clips and snippets of it too. So yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
thank
great.
you.
Um, yeah, and like just like everybody else says, congrats on that success there. And like you said, it's only been since December, and now we're only into the end of February. We're just about to approach
And
March.
Motivation Station has over 1,000 views,
Yeah.
guys, and 31 subscribers. I want to thank every single subscriber. We have 108 shares. We have 92 likes. We have such an amazing audience. You guys tuning in every Saturday. We love you from the bottom of our
Yes.
hearts. And everything that you do, it's just we just, oh my god, this is like a wow moment. And when I saw that bracket, I was like, wow. When our first video got over 110 views, I was like, we started with like what, 14 views, and I was like, oh, and now it's like, wow, you guys made that.
Yeah. 100%.
You guys made that. You make this station for motivation, and you guys give us life and energy to continue and to do what we do because of you guys. You guys so amazing, and I'm just truly today. I'm just love. It's a love today.
I'm very happy that we're able to like spread it because I think for me, especially when were originally talking about making this podcast, like I was like I need this motivation more than anything, but I didn't even foresee how far or how high we would reach it. And like you said, we have those stats,
Yes,
and
Morgan. Yes.
even in Spotify, like I think we reached like 10 streaming hours, and I'm like wow, like somebody is actually like listening to Spotify. I mean, I've been listening to my own self on our Spotify because I'll
Yeah.
be on the train ride and just like kind of going over
Yes,
our
Morgan.
videos. But
Yes. Celebrate the small victories, Morgan. Yes, Gina. We're proud of you too for celebrating the small wins. It's
yeah, like I
important.
said, it's an understatement. It's an underappreciated effort.
Guys, it's free.
I mean, I just in general, like, I mean, like, I think we were talking to, I forgot what guest, but we're basically just talking about even just waking up in the morning, like that's its own little victory. And like
Yeah.
then it's like it's up to you. You're given the time you have, and you do what you want with it. And like I'm happy that like yourself, you're improving yourself day by day. You try to make a difference in other people's lives as well. And for us, it was the grinding factor of we decided to make this podcast. And we're like, as much as our audience is growing and our audience is watching and our audience is getting motivated, I mean, I've seen nothing but growth between me and you, ourselves. you know like you have like outside of your mom doing fantastic, even yourself, like you're like you're dieting properly, right? So you're eating a little bit more healthy, you're exercising more, you're
I'm a
making your
priority.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're making your channels, right? So your other channels, you're making videos there too. And even like when we first started this channel, we had 14 views. Even to like when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's a lot. That's more than I even expected. And now even like with where we're at now, like it's hard to say that like we're not making an impact or anything, because I see a lot of growth and I'm like, This is fun." Just in general, like this is just fun. um was there anything else you wanted to, sorry, go over? I know we started like talking about all everything happily,
I'm
so
just
I don't want
thinking
to.
on this on this here. So what I want to say is I want our audience to share the impact they have from this podcast. I want them to share takeaways. I want to share some maybe quotes, maybe something they've heard in this aha moment. I want this aha moment when person say, "That's exactly what I needed to hear." Guys, Morgan, Megan, everyone who's going to be watching, comment below or comment right now in the chat. What your takeaway? Which episode you like wow moment?
Yeah,
What
definitely.
made you change something in your life when you heard something from one of the episodes?
Yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, please feel free to share, and we will say the story out loud. But I'll go ahead and I'll share my February month in
Yes.
review. So I mean, since like we really haven't done too many month in reviews. Obviously, this is our first, but since our podcast starting in November till now, it's been a night and day difference for me. Besides just having
Oh,
like that mentality, like that, just better. I want to be a better person, not just for myself,
yes.
but then like for my friends, my family, my daughter. Um, a lot has changed. Like I finally hit the point that in 2025 I was just like, I want to do the things I want to do. So I did jump onto the right dieting factor, right? So I remember even talking to Beverly last week, and I kind of wish I spent more time just talking about recipes and food and stuff like that. But like now,
Yeah.
like I have her on Instagram, I added her on Facebook, and I'm definitely gonna hit her up more. And she actually said she's gonna share some recipes with me too. But like, it's motivating because like I started to cook again, and I'm like, yo, this is actually pretty fun. I experiment with different spices, like this
Oh
is
my God,
great.
yes.
So I'm on the since actually, and I'm already a small guy. You've seen me. I'm a pretty small guy. I actually lost 12 pounds, and yeah. So as for me, it's a little bit on the it's good, but it's also kind of bad because I'm already kind of small. But now I have nothing but growth to do from where I'm at, which is great. But like at least I feel better, because in the morning I'd always be yawning, I'd always be tired, right? I changed my diet now.
Yes.
I don't even need to like coffee to wake myself up. So I've been drinking coffee less. I've been drinking more water, obviously. But like having a proper like breakfast, having a proper lunch, having a nice dinner, everything has been going good. Like I said, I've been going through some financial struggles for like like really for about a month now. But like it's finally getting better, so now I can finally go back. For me, I like going to the gym just because like when I go to the gym, it's like an experience where everybody else is there trying to do something too. Like they might have a goal of like weight loss, may have a goal of maintaining like a healthy body or trying to get bigger or something like that. So I like going there because
Yes.
you just kind of see and you're motivated by it, right? So I'll see people like working out, sweating, like just giving their all, and I'm like, yo, this is great. Like I want to do this too, and that's like one of the main reasons
Yeah.
I like to go to the gym. But I can finally go back to the gym, and now I have this motivation station hoodie, which is even better. So like if I like, and it doesn't matter if
I
it's
cannot
winter.
believe.
Listen, it doesn't matter if it's winter, spring, summer, any season, right? Whenever I go to the gym, I always go in sweatpants and a hoodie. Even if it's 100 degrees outside, I still go like this because I sweat my ass off when I go, right? So it's gonna be
Yeah,
nice to at least wear this hoodie whenever I go, and then people watch me
I'm
and they'll
just
be like,
gonna keep
"Oh,
bugging
well,
myself.
this guy's
Yeah.
like working his ass off, and what's that on his back?" And maybe they tune into our channels and whatever there. So and like the hoodie feels great. It really does. I can't wait to get the shirt over to you too, and I can't wait to
Wow,
like
that is
if we make more.
amazing. Because
Um,
my American mom, I have an American mom.
yeah,
She
you
said
mentioned, yeah,
she's planning to open a coffee shop. She said, I want to sell your merch in my coffee shop.
yeah, yeah.
This is so vivid. This is
I
so
mean,
vivid,
like
guys.
even like the few people I was telling that I was gonna make a hoodie and stuff like that, be like, oh, I would love to get one. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll talk about it.
Come on. Somebody in the comment
And
just
I'm
said
I'm
Megan, I
excited.
think that she
Uh,
wants it.
yeah, and I'm excited. And like it makes a difference, Like if I go out here and I wear my motivation station hoodie, like people see like a QR code in the back, they're gonna be like, what is this? And check it out. They're like the curiosity is gonna be peaked.
Check it out. Yeah.
And I think it'd be great. It'd be a great exposure in its own sense. But like for me, it was
It's
just
the
like,
next level.
yeah, exactly. It's next level thinking for sure. And like with our success that we've since like November to now, right? 4 months and we've made it this far. I think is fantastic. I mean, like I think the progress that we made from month 1 to month 4, it was great. But I know the success from month 4 to month 8 is gonna be like double that, or even more so. But I think it's because, like you said, with each podcast we try to improve, right? Whether it's the podcast itself, right, the quality of the podcast itself, or ourselves, which we are too. Like I think we're progressing a lot, like faster, in a sense because obviously we do the podcast once a week, but we improve ourselves daily, you know and I think that itself is a victory. I think that itself is outstanding. And then look at this, like we started a podcast, and think about it, Rose. When we first started a podcast, we had like a few people maybe showing up, maybe talking, and we didn't know if anybody was even watching. Now we know there's at least a minimum of people always watching our podcast when we go live, and then it's like, wow, that's fantastic. Um, so there's
Oh,
that.
thank you, Morgan. That's a great idea, Morgan.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, let me read these comments real quick. So,
Yes,
sleeping in,
take
of
away.
course, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I kind of wish I slept in today. I'm glad I didn't because of the podcast, but man, that board game really kicked my butt yesterday. But anyway, so Morgan says, resonated a lot with the episode with Sanju's brother-in-law. Growing up
Yeah.
religious, but no longer being religious, it gives me hope to see people of God accepting of others where they are. Yeah, I agree. Your mother could use motivation station coffee cups in her shop. 110%. Yeah. If she opens up a coffee shop, we'll definitely be in the talks of that. Um,
Oh my
and we could
God,
definitely
yes.
get that out there. Or if we do get to a point that I can monetize some stuff, which I am
Pickups
really.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just exactly like that. And I don't know if you saw, and I'll do it later. But the QR code I made, you can customize some icons. So I put a coffee cup
Oh.
in the QR code. Um, so I think that's gonna be cool to check out. The one episode stands out, but every time I watch it, leaves me feeling positive. Yeah, like I said, like I love my brother-in-law. I haven't got to catch up with him as much as I would like, but he's going through some changes at his church, and
Yeah.
all
I
that.
remember he was taking a different level.
Yeah, like just like I appreciate his mentality when it came to like religion and non-religious
Yes.
beliefs. And even then, like he had a standpoint where it was like, even though he might not agree with me, even though he might not see what I see, he at least understands where I'm coming from. And like one of the most beautiful things was, and one thing I learned from him more than anything was that even though I'm not religious, right, so I might not be up there and have like a strong belief towards one religion, I don't deter myself away from people who do. So if people have a heart, like a wholehearted faith, and actually, I did want to mention that, like, I did start going to church again. So that was one of the positive things, that every Sunday I go to church with my wife and my daughter, and I let my daughter, like, they have like a kids program, and she participates there, and I love it because not only does she get to play with other kids at church, but then like I get my own experience in that church. And the other day the other day I went to the other pastor, so not my brother-in-law, but like we have a another main pastor as well. And I went to him because his message was so strong that like I started crying. And I went up to him and I just wanted to say, I went up to him. I was like, I just want to say thank you to. I was like, that was such an amazing sermon, and I couldn't like keep composure. I felt like I was on my podcast again, where I cry every 2 seconds. And I was like, I'm trying to get better with this, but I just want to tell him wanted to give him
One
thanks
left.
because like the sermon, just to keep it brief, was just about like he's like, I'm just doing like God's work, and he's like, I feel like I can do better, but I feel like I'm hoping I make a difference. And I'm like, oh, dude, you're making a huge difference. You're doing an amazing job. And I felt like I feel like you should know that. And like as I was saying, showing my gratitude, I started to tear up. Yeah. So Gina says, "Wow, Morgan, I'm at the same point in my life. I have not had a chance to watch the episode and others. After his brother-in-law was on it, it's a podcast, but I intend on taking the time to do so." Yeah, no, and I love the fact that, like I said, we're on YouTube, right? So check it out on YouTube, or we're on Spotify. So you don't even need to like watch a video. You can
Didn't
just
want coffee cup too.
yeah. No, listen, I will definitely hook you. You guys are gonna be the number one hookups that I get. So I will get your information.
We're
And
gonna have a website with merch.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm hoping to create a website for just the motivation station itself, and then I will definitely open up a shop page. And I would love like for you guys, especially you guys who are early subscribers. I would definitely send some hookups, get you guys a shirt and
Yes.
a mug, and ship it over to you or
Sweetly.
something
Sweetly.
to show that love. Um,
Gonna do
yeah.
some
So
giveaways.
outside of my dietary, like I said, I'm trying to get back into the gym, but even doing a simple thing, just so like walking every day or just taking some time to yourself and meditating. I've been doing that a lot more. Um,
Okay.
One thing I actually started doing that I wanted to do was I was making a short YouTube show. So I was doing because I look first of all, I love Keanu Reeves, and I love like the John Wick series, but just outside of that, I just like love who he is. So I was motivated to make my own version
Yes.
of like a show. So I made one episode on YouTube. It has like whatever 180 views, something like that, and it was good. It was all right.
Oh.
I shot it in the middle of the night with my wife, and like I was like, "Can you just help me shoot this?" And she did, and I'm grateful. So thank you to Christine for that.
Oh,
And
wow, that is
and I shot this
amazing.
back in like 2019, okay? And then I just fell off. I couldn't keep it going, right? And then this year I was like, you know what, man, that's it. I'm just gonna do it, right? So at work when I have some downtime, at home when I have some downtime, I have a notebook that I've been writing. So instead of I had all of my ideas in my head, but after one of the podcasts that we did and we talked about it, we
Yes.
were talking about
With
how
the
how
zero
it's
style.
well, yeah, and we're talking about how it was clutter, just keeping it in your head, like
My
write it out on
goodness,
paper.
I'm keep dropping.
No, no, you're good. So we talked about how it's just clutter in your head. So if it's not on paper, it's not really out there. So I started writing out my episodes, and I finished episode
That's
two.
true. That's true.
I finished episode two. I'm actually in the process of finishing episode three, but I'm trying to take a different approach on it. But once the weather starts getting better, I'm hoping in like by April, I'm gonna start filming, and I'm gonna put up 3 more episodes, and then I'm gonna see where it goes from there.
Yeah. I love filming myself too. I love everything about acting myself too. Like you said you do. When I was little, my mom always told me you should be an actress. I
Yeah, yeah.
think
My
I
mom always
should
told
have
me
been.
I'm some sort of character, and I'm like, nah, I don't disagree.
You know what? Why not? Maybe we can start shooting a movie. I feel like the best way to start is to write a book,
Mm.
put all the visuals together because when you put everything down, you can from there by creating the whole vision of the picture itself, and then just from there go and just shoot the movie.
I mean, it makes such a
That's like,
difference too, because like I said, I had a certain mindset and I thought I had everything right. When I started to spill it on paper, that's when you start to notice like, okay, you missed this, you missed that, and whatever, and or find detail it. And when I wrote my
yeah,
episode two, like I am very excited for my episode two because I feel like I wrote it out good. And what I'm gonna love about it is gonna be the weird authenticness to it, because when you watch a movie or show now, people are hired actors, people are, they have like scenery, they have all this, right?
Yes.
I'm working with almost literally nothing but my ideas, right? So like one of the small things I'm gonna do is there's gonna be some fight scenes and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to get back into like the gym to work out, to kind of physically
Yeah.
be able to do stuff. But not only that, I'm only gonna hire like 2 or 3 people to actually be like quote unquote henchmen that I fight. But even though they're the same 3 people, you're gonna see them over and over again, but they're gonna be treated as other henchmen. So it's like I'm not really fighting the same people over and over again, but since I really can't afford more actors and stuff like that, I'm just gonna wing it with the people I have and just treat them as like separate agents that I'm fighting with. And like, so maybe in one fight I'll be fighting 5 people, but it's literally like the same 3 people. And I'm trying to like write it out and fight it out in a sense that at least looks good and authentic, and that like I'm fighting a good number of people. And I'm definitely gonna connect with Starla when I get a chance, because I kind of want to get ideas of like scenery, things like that. But everything I wrote out on my episode 2 was like, I was just like proud of what I wrote out. And I was proud that I took the time. And listen, it could be I take out either like 5-10 minutes to write a few pages, or I sit there for an hour and I actually like go through it. But like all this little stuff is very motivating, and it's like, it's fun to do. And I'm like, if I don't do it,
Important.
if I like, I always told myself, if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. But I always kept that as just like a mental thing. I was like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. I'll get to it eventually. And when I finally got to it this year, oh man, let me tell you, I was blown away. I was so excited, and so all those things combined, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
like my mentality, my diet. I want to go back into exercising. The things that I've been writing. Uh, Even I feel a little bit more healthy. Like I feel a little bit more like youthful. Um, I feel like I don't feel like as tired as I used to. I don't feel as groggy as I used to. Everything just seems like a better and positive light. Like I feel like I'm like reborn in a sense, and I'm very happy with where I'm at, and I'm looking forward to like where everything is gonna go, as far as like even my success, your success, our audience, anybody else that wants to tune in. It's been a very flattering experience, and I'm very, 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 very grateful for it. You know.
I am so proud of you. Wow, you actually are doing things that you put it away on your shelf for so long, and here, and you are thinking like, okay, the best time is now, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna write down. I'm just gonna shoot it at night. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's just proud moments.
Like
Things
I mean,
like that. That's how we start.
it definitely helped my with my mentality, because I remember, it was like a quote, or so, someone said it before, but it was like I was always worried about the future. Yeah, right. I was always worried about like like weird small things, like being a
Yeah.
father. Would I be a good dad, or like would I have enough money to support my family? And there's like a meme I put on Facebook a while ago, and it was that's why I had like my brother-in-law on the podcast, because when I put that post up, he was the first one to reach out to me. But it was like the it was like a picture of a mom, and she was laying down, and she was like, "Am I a good mother?" And then it was
Yeah.
a picture of a father, like, "Will I be successful? Will I live my dreams? Will I live? What am I? Do I live up to being a good dad?" And like it was like 1,000 other questions, and for the mother, it was like just like the one. And like when I put that post up there, he was like the first one to reach out to me. He's like, "Brother, are you good?" And that's when we talked a little bit more, and I was like, I gotta have this guy on the podcast, because just like even like little conversations like that, it was great. But like now I'm happy to say I'm not at that point anymore, that I'm worried about like, am I doing good or not? And it was a quote that was like, if you worry about tomorrow, you're taking away the joy of today. and
Yes.
and when I looked at it from that perspective, like, even with my financial struggles, I was like, I know a lot of people are kind of iffy on the way they feel about Bill Burr, but he's like a comedian and an actor and stuff like that, right? And he said, I was watching one of his like little skits or whatever. And he's like, what's the point of worrying about like tomorrow? He's like, what's the point of worrying about shit that you don't have control of? And he's like, just worry about it when it happens. What's the point of worrying about it now? And he's like, when it happens, you'll handle it then. And like when he said it like that, I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, if there's situations I can't control, I can't control it. And if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I'll worry about it when it happens. and we might as well just
Yeah,
make most of the time that we have now. And I when I look back like that, I have a lot of time now. I have a lot of good things going for me now. I shouldn't like overshadow what good there is for me now for the bad that's gonna that may happen later. It's
yeah, that's amazing. And definitely something to look forward to. And you're just enjoying every second.
yeah,
And that's what I'm putting into my integration. Just no rush. And ask myself, is this what I'm doing right now making me happy? It's
yeah,
giving me joy. Is it moving me towards my goal? Gina said she wants to start meditating. Gina started with 2 minutes a day. Just in the morning, 2 minutes of silence. That's it.
yeah.
2 minutes. And then start adding 1 minute every time.
And
Maybe 1 minute a week, one
and
minute every 3 days.
and then this also goes back to my February in review itself, because like we had Rosanna on our podcast,
Yes,
for the first,
I'm
right?
still doing my practice of gratitude every
Yeah,
morning.
Hoponopo. Yeah, I see. I got it. And
You got it. Haponopono.
I thought I had it. Hoponopono. Okay, I have it. I have it spelled right on my notebook. I just
It's
didn't
like
say it right.
pono and pono
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
two
not that hard.
ponos.
Yeah. But like the one big takeaway from what she said about that, right, is be grateful for even the bad times, because even those are messages and those are lessons in itself. So she
Yeah.
told me like she got her phone robbed, she got a flat tire, and all this was like supposed to happen. Like all this was
Yes.
supposed to happen, and you should still be grateful like for it. And like when I had my car accident, like back when I talked about it then, I didn't think about it that way either. But it did truly awaken me. It did truly
Yeah.
sh- uh open up the bright side. And I think Robin Williams said it too. He's like, you should appreciate the bad times because they wake you up to the good times that happen. And that's exactly it. And I remember her telling us and stuff, like even she was going through dark times. So she hit a point that she started to love herself more, and because she loved herself more, she was able to love others more as
Yeah.
well. um
Megan, you're in the right track. You're in
yeah,
a
yeah.
very right track. Just start.
Now listen, and I think the beauty of it, and look, I think the biggest motivation when it comes to anything
Hi,
like that
Frank.
is 110%. Like just looking at your mom, Rose. Turning 75 years old, and she went from holding the wall to walk to 8,000 steps and taking a trip to Thailand. I mean, anything is possible. Anything is
Yeah.
possible. You know. So that added onto it. And we had David
Grateful.
as well,
Forever
right?
grateful.
We had David
Yes.
2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, David had a birthday on 18th. Happy birthday,
Oh
David.
man, I wish
I
you
did
mentioned
send him a
before. Happy
message,
birthday!
but
Yes,
he's not a message guy. He's a phone call guy.
yeah,
And
I'll have to. I think
David, happy
yeah,
birthday.
yeah, if you could share my, I'm sure everybody wishes him a happy birthday here, so definitely let him know that Motivation Station says happy birthday. But
Yeah.
I loved having him here because he talked about love in such a beautiful way. When he fell in love with his husband, and just feeling that
Hmm.
that appreciation, that love. I think that was a strong message in itself. And I just
We
love the
lost
fact that
Teresa.
like
Teresa, where's
uh,
Teresa today? Hmm.
she might be around. She's we have our chat's popping today, but
Yes, thank you guys
thank you
for
all again for
joining in
coming. Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Um, what was he saying?
you were
Oh yeah, yeah.
saying about
So
love.
yeah, and I think like a beautiful thing that he had shared about like his message with love was just like he had an expectation, he had a mindset of what he wanted, right? But even then, the person that he fell in love with threw him off. And I think that's the beauty of it. Just like when I shared my story of my wife when I was at work, and then
Yeah,
she sent me like the edible arrangements. I was like,
yeah,
what is this? Like, is this for me? And I didn't even know it was for me. It just completely threw me off. And like, she literally like,
it's love.
yeah, like
Hmm.
it's stuff like that. Like, I mean, there's love is just happening. You know what I mean? Like when love is there, like there's no. It's I want to say it's effortless. When that love is
You don't
truly,
force it.
you don't
You don't
force it. It
force
just
it. You
happens.
just
And
bring it out.
and like when there's
Yeah.
disagreements, there's compromise. There's 100% compromise. That like if I don't agree with something that my wife does, we'll talk about it. And that's the beauty of it. That you should be able to talk about that level of
Oh my
That
god, this
level
is
of
so
follow.
funny, Morgan. You just made my day. She said we have our own show in the chat.
That's
Oh
how
my
it should
god,
be, though.
Morgan, you're the host.
If you ever watch other podcasts, a lot of people just talk to each other like in the chat,
Oh my god,
and
Teresa,
they
you are
do.
listening.
I knew
Hey,
Teresa. I
thank
felt,
you.
yeah, I honestly felt it like in my soul. I was like, Teresa's here. She's probably just listening. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah,
But
oh my god,
yeah,
I'm just
no, I
happy
appreciate you
everyone is
guys
tuning in.
talking a lot,
Yeah,
because this is putting a lot of chat in our videos, which is great.
which is
So thank you.
amazing. It's just Morgan. You just, ah, you
Yeah,
amazing, Morgan. We
she's
need
the
to
life of
hear
it.
your story.
Listen, I told Morgan, I was
One
like,
day when you're ready.
I will share one thing about Morgan that I love, and I think that's why we get along, right? I think, I mean, I'm hoping over time
So would this it?
she
Yeah.
appreciates herself more, but Morgan does a lot. She does a lot with like the little she has, and some small things she does is like she participates in like a pantry, right? So she helps like with food giveaways and stuff like that. She those just to share the story
Oh,
briefly.
very.
She she was at her pantry, and there was like a person in the pantry that, like, I think lost her car. Their car broke down, and she helped them buy a car, or she bought them the car. It was like a, it was like a, like a car just to
Yeah.
have to get to A or B, and she helped them out there. She always gives stuff away. Like, she had like old like gaming consoles, and she's like, I just want to give them away to people who don't have them and want them. And she
Need
does
it.
as much as she can with as much as she has. And I think, like, when I told her that, she's like, yeah, like, and even then she feels like I'm not doing a lot. I'm like, Morgan, you're doing more than, like, you're doing more than like a lot of people out there, and she continues to do that like every day. It's freaking crazy. um
That's serving. Oh, Teresa, hope you feel
Asthma.
better.
Yeah,
Please
hope you feel
eat
better.
some green apple honey together. It's really good for your lungs. If that's helping, you could try that. But otherwise, I'm sure there's lots of heaven.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, hopefully you feel better from that. um
Yes. If you need
yeah,
anything, let me know.
further down the line, yeah, Morgan, if you want to be on show, look, you don't have to do video, you could just do audio, but I would love to talk more openly about, stuff that you do. But like, like, I put a clip of it on our podcast. Oh no, sorry, I put on a clip on our Facebook, on my Facebook, of when we were talking about, being grateful, and Morgan had said like something along the lines of like, I'm grateful that, I talk to Sanju every day. And I took like a snippet of it, because like literally you see my lips like quiver, like I'm about to cry, because I read the comment, and I was just like, you can tell the moment that I was affected the second she said that. But I know she knows, but I love to share that. Like, that's how I feel. And I was just talking to her, I think yesterday, and like, I was telling her I wasn't feeling good, like I was just kind of like under the weather and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, I'm grateful that we talk every single day. Like, Morgan was the one that
That's
I'm consistent
amazing.
with saying good morning, and
That's a
we
good
talk.
friendship.
That it's we're like, she's one of my closest friends. And now I forget, I think we've been friends for like a good few years, but since we
Yeah.
started talking, literally every day we've been talking. And I think there were times that we didn't see eye to eye, but it was never to a point that we're just like disgruntled, like I don't want to talk to you anymore. We just kind of talk through it. And I know there's stuff that we disagree on. I know for a fact there's stuff that we disagree on, but it never deterred us from like being who we are with each other and being good friends.
Oh my
So
god, I'm still
I'm thankful.
thrilled about your hoodie. I'm just looking at your hoodie the whole time. I'm like,
Yes.
what?
It,
And
I
also the
gotta.
challenge that we had on February, right? Remember the challenge? Are you still keeping it clean? The challenge,
Wait,
right?
what?
The challenge that we made
What was the
through
challenge? I'm sorry. You're gonna have
the
to remind me.
cleaning challenge.
Oh, there's steps along the way. My room is kind of more of a mess now. Not more. It's less of a mess because I actually removed some of the
Just
clutter.
keeping it
But
clean.
yeah,
Yeah.
the rest of the house I am. And now, listen, well, yeah, not next week, but definitely listen. Within the next few weeks, you'll see more and more
Definitely
because
better than it was because
yeah,
you feel better
yeah, no, 100%,
and the
yeah,
outside better. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I actually
Listen, I
started
will. I
gardening.
promise.
I already planted yesterday a couple of seeds. I planted broccoli, cilantro, basil, tomatoes, peppers, cherry tomatoes, and squash.
Mm.
Put it on the seeds. See, hopefully, hopefully that will do some seedling. It's gonna
Speaking
grow
of
the sprouts, and I'm gonna
yeah,
have a garden
yeah, no. Speaking of that, like
next
this
year.
that leads me to the other thing. So Beverly, as was our guest last week, and that was also a big motivation because, like you said, right now that you're trying to grow this these things at home,
Vineyard.
right? And at my house, we actually have a garden in our yard that we grow like our own tomatoes and
Mm,
own cucumbers and stuff like that. So I'm like I'm gonna start
amazing.
cooking with that more. One thing for sure, outside of I know Morgan's yelling at me like a mom, clean your room. Yeah, absolutely, I will. But like the one thing I am doing clean is eating cleaner, and that's making a 9-day difference. And
Oh
I
my
love the
God,
other day.
tomato from your garden. It's
Oh, it hits different. Yeah. Listen, remember like we are talking about like we look at your plate, does it at least look appetizing? And I talked about how when your plate is like colorful, it just kind of changes everything. Oh my
yeah.
God. Like my plate shines with the food I have, And like the other day I was eating some blueberry. I like for breakfast I had blueberries, raspberries, half a banana and some other stuff. But I put it all in like one plate and I'm like, "Oh my God, this looks fantastic." And
Yeah.
I put it down. I definitely just need to be drinking water a little bit more outside of that, but definitely have been eating a lot more clean, and I think that has been helping. So, like like I said at the beginning of my end of it,
That's
all
amazing. I
all
started
the
changing
stuff.
from coffee to tea too.
Yes, yeah, that too. I changed from coffee to tea, and but the other beautiful thing is I don't even feel that need for coffee every day anymore. I used to like have coffee every day. But like I changed the way I had it too, because you shouldn't if you
Mm-hmm.
have coffee, it shouldn't be your first beverage. It shouldn't be your first thing that you have. Like you should wake up, have water, and you should actually have
Yes.
coffee about an hour later after you wake up. Because if you have coffee when you wake up, you're blocking your tired sensors in your body, and all you're doing is
Mm-hmm.
making yourself tired later. But if you get that tired out of your system at the beginning and then have coffee, then it boosts your energy and then you get up. So I started doing that and it helped. And then I started just having black coffee and that helped. And then I started having breakfast healthier. So I have less coffee and that helped. Like every day or every other day is like its own little little journey.
Do I cook good? You know what it is? Because of being a health coach, I know exactly how the plate's supposed to look like. And I only cook the healthy stuff. A lot of people like, what is this? People that have their receptors beat up, taste buds beat up, they don't like. I made protein waffles the other day. It has no sugar. Like if you are a sugar addict or you constantly eating processed food or fast food, you would not enjoy the protein chocolate. It was a chocolate
Mm,
protein, but it was a chocolate protein waffle.
mm,
When it's definitely, I did dress it up with some pistachios and some maple syrup just for a twist of a sweetness and put some berries on top. It looked amazing. It
mm,
tastes amazing, but it tastes
mm,
amazing for me
mm.
because my taste buds and it's not beat up. So, and when even last night, I went out. I said I really was craving a burger, but you can't eat burger at 8 o'clock, right? First of all, it's late eating 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
8 p.m. But you don't want to have a meal at night either. You should be having that at lunch. And here I am, like, what am I gonna choose? Obviously, I choose a salad, not because it's a good thing to do. It's because my body said I want salad. Get
Yeah.
to the point when your body tells you, I want that berries. I want that salad.
I
I
agree.
want that quinoa. I
Yeah.
want the green juice. Because get to that moment.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
can say, I want an ice cream, burger, pizza, and baba beam, baba boom. But get to the moment when your body speaks and says, I want that green juice because it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
You can
Listen.
make it like a
Sorry.
fruit snack.
Mm,
You take a bowl, you take a plain yogurt. If Morgan for you, right? Take a plain yogurt and then put cut mangoes, which is yellow, cut bananas, which is white, and then put blueberries, which is three, right? Third color, and then put kiwis, which is fourth color, right? And then put strawberries. That's a fifth color. That's five colors. That's vibrational. If you want, put a dark chocolate on top, chocolate chips,
Like
or
shaving.
semi-sweet if you're still on that sugar moment a little bit, which is fine.
Mm.
And all that together, top it off with the coconut, shredded coconut. Guys, this
Mm.
is the best snack. Not chips, not cookies,
Mm.
right? It's still yummy,
Mm.
but it's healthy yummy.
Mm.
So, can I cook? Probably not, but I just know how to cook a healthy food
Yeah.
that actually healthy for me. So if I
No,
want a snack, I want to make that fruit ball.
you nailed that there when you said, because like for me the hardest part was nighttime snacking, right? Because I stay up late anyway, so I get hungry at night, and I'm not gonna lie, I went from eating like chips and then like cookies and stuff like that, or making like not like a small plate of
Yes,
nachos.
Morgan. Mm-hmm.
So now when I get hungry at night, I'm like, oh, let me get some carrots, and I'll have some carrots with, like with hummus to just to nibble
Carrots
on
and
a little.
celery.
I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, let me just get, like, I love Greek yogurt, so I'll get Greek yogurt and just like put a few blueberries on it, and maybe like a few peanuts for me, you know. But like my snacking, my cravings have definitely changed. I went from like, in my kitchen I see Oreos and stuff like that because I have it for my daughter or my wife or whoever. I went from looking at it and like, oh, okay, let me just sneak one in now, and I'll be happy. So like, nah, I'm alright, I don't need it. And even at night now, if like I want a snack and I'm like, man, I can go for some just sliced cucumbers, like, just even just plain cucumbers. Like I could nibble on some cucumbers, and it's nice. And like for me, like I feel my mouth already watering up. I'm trying not to drool on the podcast, but
I would have to.
I started making a lot of stuff with tofu, right? So like I have my
Yes.
tofu. I buy like 2 or 3 packs of tofu. I press it overnight, and then I slice it, and then I'm like, what kind of thing can I mix up tofu with this time, And I think I mentioned on the podcast with Beverly that like
Oh my god, I
all
sent you the
Indian.
recipe of tofu. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
stand
you
by it.
did. And I yeah, Morgan, that's really good too.
No,
Celery
I
with
will.
peanut butter
Yeah.
is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but so like what I started to do is like I slice up tofu, I'll bake it, and then like I'll try different spices, and I put, like, every Indian household has this weird steel bin that has spices in it, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. And then I put it on Facebook, and some of my family were like, okay, this is that. I started experimenting with all of it. Have I messed up? Yes, absolutely. But it's because my mother's not here to guide me. But I'm at least practicing, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't work here. This doesn't work here. I started doing more
Yes.
with turmeric, and oh my god, it's been like an adventure of cooking. And I
Oh
think
my god, turmerics are really, really
the
good for you.
best part, listen, the best part to all of this, right, is the fact that I'm having fun doing it. You know, and like I discovered new things I like. I discovered new flavors that like now hit my palate. So then like now when I make certain salads, I'm like, you know what? I make my own dressing out of Greek yogurt. I'm like, this is great. This is perfect. And like when I kind of like calculate, as far as like carbs, sugar and stuff goes, it's nothing at all almost, And like it's delicious. I just put it on my spinach, I put it on my iceberg lettuce, whatever. And now it's like that's what I'm craving. Um Less and less I want to go out to eat. In what,
Mm-hmm.
and the other thing too, and I'm sure and I'm sure other people know, but like you said earlier, right? So eating, not only eating slow, but taking like smaller bites, chewing thoroughly, all those small things, they all add up to the proper and good eating experience. You know, I went from like I used to love like shoving food down my throat, like literally.
Yep.
I would take a slice of pizza or whatever and shove as much as I can into my mouth, take a bite, and I'm just like, and like I would love doing that for whatever reason, right? But that is actually really bad for you. So I remember, I think I did have one slice of pizza in the last 2 months, which I think is impressive for me, right? But even when I was taking bites, I was taking small bites and making sure I was chewing thoroughly, and like I used to be able to eat 2, 3 slices comfortably, and like even on the third, I'll be like, can I have a fourth? Right now, I finished one slice and I'm like, that was a lot, and I don't even need the crust anymore because I'm like, that's too much for me. But I'll get through one slice, and now it's like I don't really want pizza as much anymore. So I'm actually not craving it as much as
You
I
can make
used
your
to.
own pizza with the
That too,
cauliflower
that too.
crust.
Yep. So yeah, that's another thing. I started discovering stuff more with cauliflower. I haven't tried quinoa yet because I want to do it the way Beverly had mentioned it. I do want to go to Whole Foods and
Yeah,
just get
quinoa
like
is
a
good.
sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I might have to do today because I got to run out after this.
Oh my
But
God, you know what I made the I think I made over the like summertime because we had the tomatoes. We had cherry tomatoes. Oh my God, they're so
I
good,
love
right?
cherry
And
tomatoes.
when they come like 100 of them. You don't know what to do. So I took a flatbread. You can find it in any store, just a flatbread. And I cut the cherry tomatoes. I put them on top of lots of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put some peppers. They were also from the garden. And put the peppers on top.
Mm-hmm.
I put some shrimp. I don't know if you eat shrimp or not, but you could put whatever. Put some shrimps and I put a cheese on top. And just baked it for about 15 minutes. And then just cut it, make it like a triangle. Just cut half and then cut another half like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best, delicious flatbread ever.
Yeah,
Just
that
simple ingredients.
you know
Tomato,
what I was
pepper.
craving. So one day I was that yeah, yeah, I definitely have to discuss because like I actually substituted bread altogether and I bought I think it's like romaine lettuce, but it's like the whole like thing of lettuce. So then if you rip one piece
Mhm.
off, it's basically like one long piece of lettuce. So I use that as like a lettuce wrap now for like a lot of my foods. So the other day
Mm.
I made like
Okay.
I have like a veggie beef that like I use here and there for like making quesadillas, right? And originally I was making quesadillas using keto like keto wraps, but I even cut those out, right? But what I
Yes.
did was I took the meat, I mixed some spices into it, and then I had that cooked, and then I would put it into the lettuce wrap and then eat it as like 'cause, like I would make the lettuce wrap a little bit smaller and bite sized, and then I would put like the meat in it. I would put some like fat free cheese for me, a little bit of like hot sauce or something, and then I would just eat that, and I would have like little like lettuce wrap bites with
Wow.
like the beef on
Yes,
it,
that's really
and
tasty.
oh man, it was delicious. I was gonna say something, I just
There,
lost my
if you go to Whole Foods,
yeah.
take a look at the almond flour wraps.
Almond flour wraps. Interesting. Okay. I gotta look at that, and
Guys,
I actually want to try
there's
the avocado oil
gluten
as well.
free,
Yeah.
sugar free, vegan, almond flour wraps.
I'll
Got
check
to
that
be
out.
refrigerated.
Whole Foods has a good amount of alternative foods,
Camp
which is
noodles.
nice.
Don't forget about camp noodles when you go there. Only $6, but it's 4 portions. You're refrigerated, but camp noodles
Mm,
with tofu and all colored peppers,
mm.
some onions, some garlic, some spices.
One thing I actually really want to
Invite
do.
me for the lunch, okay?
Have you have you ever had uh Vietnamese food?
I had
I don't know what
last
you've
year
had, but yeah,
with my mentor. We went to Vietnamese. He's like, "Let's go try it." I
yeah,
said, "Let's go." I never tried before. We had four soup, four shoe soup. That's
yeah,
how you
yeah.
say it.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Four soup. Oh my god, delicious,
Pho, yeah, yeah, pho, yeah, yeah.
delicious.
So
And then we had spring rolls. They're Vietnamese spring rolls.
they're wrapped in lettuce. Yeah. Oh, was it like a crispy thing or was it? Okay, yeah. So there's two because they have the different kind. They have like the summer rolls that are
Need to go
with
back.
like, there's like a summer roll that's wrapped with like some sort of flour thing. I don't know. But then there's ones that come in the lettuce wrap, and oh my god, it's almost like illegal to to be that good. But yeah, you know what I do? So when I go get pho, I don't get the noodles from there. Cause like not that noodles are very bad or anything like that, but I can't like my stomach doesn't do good with noodles. So you know what I do? Like I'd get like a vegetable broth, and you know how they add bean sprouts, like so they add bean sprouts, onions, noodles. I'm like, just
Yes,
don't give me.
yes.
I'm like,
I
don't give
love
me.
sprouts.
I'm like, don't give me any noodles. Just give me extra sprouts. And then they put like mint leaves and stuff like that in there. And I'm like, yo, I could just make this at home. And broth is very filling, right? So if I make a vegetable broth with a bunch of vegetables in it, right? So sliced like pieces of broccoli, some
Next step, Sanjay is opening the restaurant.
motivation station restaurant. You know what I mean? Like
Have you seen restaurants for people that have diabetes? Boom. No, I
restaurants.
didn't.
Oh yeah,
It
you're
could be
right. No,
yours
I haven't. I
first.
was just gonna say no. Okay. Listen, if I'm
That's an
not, listen,
idea.
you know who the
Have a
first person?
restaurant for people.
you,
that
you
wanna eat less sugar
the
but tasty
first
food.
the first person I'm gonna hire at that restaurant is gonna be Beverly. I'm gonna bring Beverly in, and we can do collaborations with hers and mine, and boom, you know. Listen, I always wanted to get into the
Boom.
food industry. I definitely want to try that a little bit
Ooh.
more.
Look at that chat is blowing. Frank, bacon makes everything good.
I do like the crispiness. Um, yeah. I think Morgan. I think you've tried Indian food before, but I do want to try more with Indian food in general. Ethiopian
Ethiopian place in
food.
Nashville, amazing food. I gotta make it to Nashville.
I don't know if I've ever had
I
Ethiopian
never
food.
had Ethiopian.
Well, when you move back to Nashville, I will come out and you can take me out for Ethiopia.
I
I don't know if
definitely.
I
Oh
had
my
it.
god, I love Mediterranean food.
I had Mediterranean food. I've had Turkish food.
Korean
Turkish food was
breakfast.
insane. And their coffee was
Oh
just
my god.
to die
You
for.
kidding me? One of my friends owns a Turkish restaurant in Avon, Ohio. I went there. The most delicious food I had. Everything was so tender and so. Oh my goodness. And down the best Turkish restaurant you want to go to is one in East Brunswick. It's called Sofra.
Yes,
They
Sophia.
have live music. They have Turkish music. It's amazing. Sofra, and the one in Avon, Ohio. Mediterranean Turkish restaurant.
Yeah, I went to in Patterson, so I went North Jersey, and like the whole area is just like a Turkish area. Like
Yes,
I
it's
didn't even know where
Arabic
I
area.
was. I thought I was in a different like state or country at that point. But like my friend treated me out, and I think I said the story too. But he's one of those friends, or I don't know if I mentioned it. He's one of those friends that just orders a shit ton of food, and he doesn't
Do
eat
you
it
know?
all. And I'm just like, yo, like stop ordering all this food. He's like, just take it home or whatever. I'm like, all right, but still, you know. And I was grateful. We spent like $200 that day on food, but like he only ate one appetizer. But listen, the table, the like I don't think I took a picture of it, and I really wish
That's
I
how
should
we
have.
do it. We have the
Oh man,
whole table.
yeah, it was just the tables,
That's how we
but
do it.
you know what the beautiful part too, right? It wasn't just the food that was good, the hospitality of the guys there was so homely. Like I felt like I was at a family's house, and they were just like, "How's food? Like, do you want more?"
Yeah,
You know, they were super kind, like unbelievably kind. I felt like out of place because I think I didn't dress for the occasion, so I came in a hoodie and some jeans. But like you know, even then, like you know, it was a very good experience. I actually got to hit up my friend that took me out there. I gotta go back,
that is
and do
amazing.
that.
Also, Ramadan is coming up on 28th. To all my Muslim friends, Eid Mubarak. I'm gonna
Uh,
be fasting. That's
yes.
why I'm sipping my tea right now because I know the next podcast I'm probably gonna be already fasting, not allowed to drink or eat anything during the day.
Mm.
However, this is the best time. It's a holy month when I am connecting more with my best friend, his God. And if you are a Muslim, Eid Mubarak. If not, consider fasting as well. Fasting is always,
Yeah, I
always
mean, for
healthy.
dieting wise, yeah, absolutely, I agree. I was doing
Fasting is
fasting for
great.
a while. I was doing like overnight fasting and stuff like that for a while. And yeah, then I did mention that, yeah, because like I changed my diet. I didn't even get into exercising. I still lost the 12 pounds, but I'm pretty sure the 12 pounds that I lost was just unnecessary weight that I had from bad food, which is good for me, you know.
Yes, now it's time to build a muscle.
Yeah, nah, it's like the perfect time, so I gotta go back. But yeah, not to go too crazy, but yeah, I think for our podcast sake at least, I think it is absolutely great to have this end of the month.
Yes, Morgan, yes.
I love to be able to catch up with our chat, catch up with our previous guests, like the way we feel about it. Um, Even like time wise, you know, I know it's been an hour, but oh my god, we talked about a lot in this last hour that we didn't get to
Look,
talk
Gina is
about.
also wants the restaurant. Look at this.
Listen,
I've
yeah,
always had ideas for restaurants, and I am great cook, and I know nutrition. Gina actually at best breakfast maker.
oh yeah.
Gina, your breakfast. Her scrambled eggs, even a Michelin star guy does not make it that good.
Listen, Gina,
We need breakfast in bed, please.
I don't know
Gina,
if you
breakfast in
I don't
bed,
know if you
please.
tuned in. I think you tuned in last week for our episode with Beverly, right? But I was talking to Beverly and I was like, listen, I'm gonna do like maybe YouTube videos, like edits of videos of like cooked food. And I was like, I'll meet up with Beverly, we'll cook a meal and then we'll have it. Gina, we could hook that up right now if for breakfast. We could do like a YouTube video, have a breakfast. We make everything together, and we can do like little episodes. Like obviously if somehow some way we all open up a
I
restaurant,
like
let's do it. A
Gina
house
said she's
band. Look at
gonna.
this.
Look at that. We already have everybody. We have a customer. We have a live music, and we have a cook. Okay, and we have a business project. Guys, you are so amazing. I love you.
Yeah,
I
listen,
just love this
we have a
moment.
lot of happening for Motivation Station. I gotta say, we went
Yeah,
from motivating each other by speech to opening up a restaurant to
yeah.
a band. Like we have a house band. We have a lot going on right now, and we have customers. Today was interesting. Today was definitely interesting. We have the hoodie. We have the motivation shirt. And I'm gonna like
We
I said,
got
I'll
the
share this
merch
with you.
that
We got the
everybody
merch going
wants.
soon. It's been crazy.
Guys, it's just the beginning.
But
That is just the beginning.
I definitely I love the fact that we did this. Like not just motivation station, but I love the fact that we were able to do our like a monthly check-in like this. Check in with each other, check in with our guests, check in with how we feel about stuff that
Yes,
we didn't get
it
to talk
keeps
to in
us
the other
going and
podcast.
motivating.
It's been good. And yeah, now I think my biggest problem now is I'm too hungry. I'm hungry as hell. So I gotta go make lunch. I gotta go do something.
So what the last question for you, Sanjay? Like
Yes.
all of these episodes we had in video, okay? We had a few great ones. All of them are great. Which ones is resonating, and what did you take away?
So I mean,
We
yeah,
had
100%,
Beverly.
hundred and ten
We had
percent.
David.
Um, like everybody had
Coming
their
remember.
piece of the pie,
Yes.
right? So like everyone that participated in our episodes has definitely made an impact on me. But I think the biggest
Oh
one
my God,
for
Marco.
me, I think the biggest one for me this month was with Rosanna, because I didn't have that mental capacity to be like, how can a bad situation be good? How can bad stuff happening be good? You know, and even like the little things of like, I think the one part of the podcast, she was just like, when you call someone fat or something like that, or someone like a bad name, right? It's not that it's because of them being that way. It's because of the way you're thinking. You know, it's your way of thinking that's causing you
It's
to
your
say that to them.
perception.
So I was like,
Hmm.
what? I never even looked at it like that. Like it wasn't, people can choose to do whatever they want in their lives, right? But I can also choose to how I respond to it. So somebody who loves eating and they might be a little bit on the unhealthier side or bigger side, so be it. Let them be that way. But like for me to be better about it, let them be that way. And like like if I have nothing nice to say, and I've always been an advocate of that. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? But if you have something nice to say it, do it. you know I I told you, right, for Valentine's Day, like I had an opportunity to be nice, so I bought two
Yeah.
roses and I gave a rose back. Like I had the opportunity to do it, so I just did it. Why not? Like people are coming in and out
Why
buying
not?
roses, buying roses. I'm like, but no one's really showing appreciation for the person selling them. So I felt bad. And I was like, here you go, have a rose. And I'm telling you, this lady was thrown off so bad. Like she was there yesterday when I went to work, but I didn't pass her by. But I bet she'll remember me. That's the dude that gave me the rose. But it's crazy. So
Servanthood.
like to your answer your question, yeah, it was the episode with Rosanna for me, just because of that perspective. Like I never once thought of that way. I was always, I never thought about like just it coming back to me in my own mentality. But in the back of your head it's there, but you're just not awoken to it. But I guess now I can ask you the same question before we kind of close out here. um yeah, we could really
Thank you
replay
so
that.
much, guys. Guys, Morgan already played piano, guitar. That's it. We have everybody ready to go. I
uh
appreciated roses too.
yeah.
I just, whoa. Okay,
Listen, Frank.
let's go. We
No,
need investors now.
the biggest thing. So Frank, your point, which is almost a sad truth, but like it has happened. But listen, men don't get a lot of that appreciation. We don't get flowers. We don't get, We get our joy comes from the stuff that we give. That's what I came to learn in life, especially with a family. Like my joy comes from being able to provide for my family, to be able to provide for my wife, my kid, my friends, everybody. Like I'm starting to learn that's where like my love comes in. And I think if somebody were ever to like just present a flower to me or something, I would just break down because I wouldn't know how to handle it. And not that uh, you know I don't think it'll happen or not happen, and not to say it in an ill way, but there was a quote that said that for a lot of men, the first time they see roses is at their funeral, and that hurt to hear. But it's not untrue either. It's not untrue. But listen, that's why when I see guys doing the best they can, whether it's I bought a coffee for like a construction worker one day. Like he came in, he was soaked in dirt, and like he just one needed a coffee. He was exhausted, and he was buying a coffee. He pulled out his cash, and I was like, "Sir, let me just buy it for you," because we don't show enough appreciation for each other. And he's like, "You don't need to do that." I was like,
Yes.
"Listen, man, you work your ass off. Like, the least I could do is get you coffee."
Yes,
And
there's the thing, it's called Happy Meal.
but not just
You
that,
buy
but
a
like
meal to one
my
that is behind you.
my
That's a Happy
well,
Meal.
no, 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 like I mean, like my wife loves doing that, like buying, like pay forward or whatever, right? But my mom, like I learned it from my parents. Like we'll have people come, they'll either like we had people build our bathroom, we had people build our driveway, right? Repave our driveway. And my mom, you know what she does, or you know what my mom and dad do? They'll order lunch for them. They'll order pies of pizza and give them soda. We don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that, right? But we do it because they're humane too. We all work hard, you know? So she gives them appreciation. Yeah, here, have some food, have some drink. She doesn't say you owe me for the
Thank
pizza
you,
or the
Morgan.
whatever. Um, but yeah, so to your point there, Frank, that yeah, so I mean I show appreciation. I don't care if you're a guy or girl, doesn't matter to me. I just show it when I can. Um, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So back to before we close out here,
My
Rose.
takeaway, right?
I
My
wanted to ask
takeaway.
you the same question, right? So we had three fantastic guests this month, but like,
We
what was your
did.
what hit you hardest?
We did. Number one, I want to say thank you for going international.
Mm.
It's a great experience. It was our February started with Portugal, and our year started with going international, which is amazing. I do know that people watching our podcast not only from United States, people do watch from other worlds, from other parts of the world as well, and I'm grateful for that. We are
Mm.
international. We're officially international. We are worldwide, and I'm grateful for that. And definitely, Rosanna gave that a great moment when you realize, okay, maybe I'm not grateful enough. I always tell myself I'm not grateful enough.
Yeah. And
So,
but
and then
mm,
after that, we had David. He was talking about love,
mm,
talking about feeling that when it's yours. And it's a work. It's a work. It's a constant work. Relationship. It's not something today you have it and tomorrow it's like, oh, I'm tired.
yeah, that's
It's
yeah.
something that you work on constantly together. It's about we. It's about investing emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. You investing. You want your other person to grow in every area with you. If you're only growing by yourself, and your partner is not growing and you're not doing nothing about it, you guys not, it's never we, it's
Communicating, yeah,
and you guys not even, it's a huge red flag.
yeah.
You have to question. If you've been with a person for 10 years and you in the same situation when you've been 10 years ago, baby
Something's
girl,
yeah,
something wrong here.
yeah.
It's the same for the other person. You know, you have to support each other in every area,
That's
in
yeah.
every area, four of those areas: emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. Okay? And of course, Beverly, come on. Talking about eating better, who could have said better?
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
100%. I'm
Yeah.
telling you that,
Who could have
like,
said like, come on, you
at the
can
end of
try
that,
quinoa.
well, why do you think I said let's talk about breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Because I was like she's all about it, and I was like, I would love to learn,
Yes,
like, eating right and stuff like that. Yeah.
yes. I cannot wait for a beautiful March. Women's Day is coming up,
Mm,
and our episode is coming up on the Women's Day itself. So that day, it's a huge celebration in my country. It's more of like a Mom's Day in this country. So that day, we receive tulips, chocolates, gifts, and February 23rd, which is tomorrow, is another holiday in Russia. It's Man's Day. So every man that served, or every just man, kid, child, boy, it's tomorrow. The girls giving the gifts on 23rd tomorrow for the men, and the men's giving the girls on the March 8th. So
nice.
if you are from that region or even heard about it, happy Men's Day tomorrow. I can even tell you that because you're a man. And the Women's Day is coming up shortly. We have a beautiful guest on the March 1st, which is a next, very
Next
elegant,
month.
very well spoken lady. She's going to be joining us next week. And yes, this was amazing summarization. I think I need to stop talking because sometimes I want to share. I want
Yeah,
to
so,
share,
and
you
I
know.
think that's literally the reason why I wanted to do a month end like this, because
Share.
definitely, I mean, our podcasts run long, and like, I mean, for me, because I know we talked about it, I think just like professionally podcasting and stuff like that, it's hard to kind of spend all that time hearing one podcast for like an hour and a half. But I remember just like me myself, right? I'm not talking about everybody else, but I was on the train home and I was watching the podcast with no, with sorry, Rosanna, right? And I started it, and like throughout the day, I listened to it, right? So I didn't do one sitting of an hour. It was like an hour and a half, but like I enjoyed every like moment of watching it, and I'm like, I totally get that it's hard to sit and watch one podcast all at once and watch it throughout, right? But I mean, like, look at us live now, right? With the chat popping. If you really think about it, all these people were here for an hour and a half, and the time just flew by. But I don't expect
And
people
we
to sit
love
here.
you.
I don't expect people to sit here and listen to everything in one shot. But it's nice to be able to watch it later, watch snippets of it, stuff like that. And we're still fine tuning it. We're still getting used to it. We're coming up with better ideas. We're talking about how, if there's stuff we want to talk about a guest or how our guest feels, we're gonna start doing it at the end of the month, like we did now, and we'll spend a little bit less time about ourselves when we have a guest, and we'll be more about the guest, and it'll cut some time and stuff like that. But I think it's gonna be a good experience. I think, I'm telling you, from day one to this is episode 17, maybe.
I think so.
I don't know. Oh, 18, sorry. So episode 18,
18.
like we've progressed from where we started and how we're doing it. I think we mastered a lot of the art, and there's obviously still improvements that we can work on, which is beautiful. And but I think we're on this very, very good path. And like you said, we look forward to further episodes. We look forward to you guys tuning in and viewing in and chatting and sharing your stories there. You guys have your own like chat. I like to call it a chat cast at this point. But like, you guys were very, very talkative, which we love, and we love the fact that you did participate in sharing some of your stories with us as well. And we look more forward to that stuff. And if you guys ever want to be on the podcast, please just hit us up, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely want to put you on here. We'll definitely make the time to put you on here. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But as you can see, I think we're all having a fantastic time, and we thank you for that. We really do. And I personally also thank you on a deep level too, because it is helping me. Like, I wouldn't be rocking this hoodie without you guys at all. You know what I mean? This hoodie wouldn't exist. So thank you, thank you. Uh, and I think
Happy then.
the only thing I'm looking forward to March is it's my daughter's birthday in March, so I'm
Oh, when
thinking
is it?
March 26th.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it's not going to be
Okay.
on a podcast day. It's going to be on a Wednesday. But what I might do is maybe the week before, because I think the week before is still technically, no, the week after is still March
23rd.
too. Yeah, so I'll either 23rd or the week after, 30th. I'll have her on the podcast just to say hi, and we can sing her happy
Why
birthday or
not?
something.
Yeah,
Why
bring
not? Yeah,
everyone.
and I'll just put on speaker, let her kind of hear it out. Why not?
Have her moment.
Have her little moment. She loves being on camera. Let me tell you. Like, and I'll put her Instagram. You guys can follow it eventually,
Yes.
but I'll put it at a later date. But listen, for our podcast today, I'm gonna put some links to Gemini creation. So Josh, shout out to you again, Josh, for making this hoodie, the shirt.
Yes.
And I
Gemini
definitely want to talk.
Creations.
Listen, if I hit a point that I start making some merch, Josh is gonna be my go-to guy. He's gonna be my guy that's gonna make the stuff in batches for me. So I definitely want to give him a shout out. I'm gonna put a link to the Facebook page there. Rose, if you can share some URLs or some links with me for your pages, right?
Yes.
I'll put my Instagram out there. Why not? I'm hoping to get my episodes up and running over the next few months, and I think I do. We'll still keep the beginning podcast short, talks about just weekly goals that we've been achieving, and stuff like that, and we'll do our monthly goals at the end of the month. And obviously we'll have our own daily goals, which is just our goals for the daily. But look at this, we're making strides. We're making great strides.
Yes, and I
You
want
know?
you guys to see a difference and aha moments. It's about
Mhm.
what you do daily.
Yes,
Makes
please.
you who you are.
And please, when we go live, please feel free to share these stories, because listen, we want to share your stories too. It's not just about me, Rose, and our guests. It's about you guys too. This wouldn't be happening without you guys.
Oh,
Uh,
Terry's a day before mine. Terry's
yeah,
birthday
that's
on
awesome.
27th.
I
Look at
yeah, I
that.
think my uncle's is on the 25th as well, and like we were hoping that they could share a birthday,
My
but
sister's 29.
my my mom's is the 12th actually. My mom's birthday is coming up too. She's not gonna be here, but we'll do a happy birthday for her too. But yeah,
Long
guys,
live Motivation Station.
this
Thank
is
you,
the
Lincoln.
honestly the most man, I'm out of words. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like we had a poppin' podcast talking about this. We had a great catch up on our month of February, and I'm happy that we started now, because now we know what to do like every month. I was happy to share more stories, how I feel. I was happy to hear your stories, your mom's stories. This is all just brighter and brighter times for all of us, and we look forward to nothing but good times ahead, and at this point even the bad times, because they teach us the good things to appreciate. I look forward to our guest next week, and I like the way we were doing our process. So we used to do like a day process just to do a testing to make sure that the guests can join in. Now we just kind of do everything not last minute, but we do everything in a day, and it's all going to be about the guest. Going forward, it's going to be all about the guest. And you know what's crazy, Rose? In the next few months, we're gonna do our catch-ups with people we did six months ago. We're gonna bring back John. We're gonna bring back Frank. We're gonna bring back some of the people that have been on our podcast previously, and just catch up on them, see how they're doing, see how you know what has time bought them. And I look forward to that. I mean, it won't be maybe like every episode, every week or anything like that, because we still have plenty of other people who want to be on the podcast. But I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys again. But I will definitely link all the social medias at the bottom after this video. And like I said, I'm trying to make sure I upload consistently on Sunday. It went from Sunday afternoon to Sunday night, unfortunately, because sometimes the YouTube doesn't let me download right away. So, I'll put the episodes on our podcast on Spotify on Sunday nights, so you guys can catch it, during the week. So if you guys have Spotify, please
Thank you
feel
for
free
every
to
listener on
follow.
Spotify as well.
Yes, and shout out to my friend Jazz for recommending that. And we hope to hit more avenues. I'm hoping to make a Facebook page. Eventually, I'm hoping to make a merch page. I mean, I know you guys
Oh
are
my God,
are huge fans of
Frank
it.
is writing a book.
So
That's his takeaway from Motivation Station. He started
y-
writing a
y-
book.
yeah, Frank, listen, keep us tuned in, right? And listen, in 2 months, man,
And we
or
can
not even,
promote
maybe
it.
even like next month, we could definitely talk about having you on the episode again. I'll hit you up. We'll definitely talk. Um, but I'm happy to hear that, man. And I know you share a lot of appreciation to me. I know you share with Rose. I know you became good friends with Morgan, and you show a lot of appreciation because you message us all the time telling us, um, how much it is, affecting you in your life. So we love hearing from you, man. And obviously we hope you're doing well. And yeah, keep it up, dude. You're doing fantastic. You really are.
Yes.
And
And
to the rest of our
Teresa, please
viewers,
feel
listen,
better.
you guys are fucking MVPs. We love you with everything we got, and we appreciate you tuning in every Saturday. Morgan, thanks for actually waking up, and I love you for who you are. Um, it just in general, just show that appreciation. But honestly, like all of you, thank you for coming in. Like Frank said, like chats, YouTube algorithm loves the engagement, absolutely 100%. So we love the fact that you guys you guys chat, and even if you guys chat with each other, that's fine. Like I love the fact that you guys don't even have to talk to us. You guys can just talk to each other and have your moments there. But we appreciate you participating with us too. And Rose, I mean, I love having our conversations in general, because like I see the glow, I see the growth in both of us, and this is just 4 months. You know, like and we got a lot of stuff lined up. We have a lot of ideas lined up. I do feel like Motivation Station is gonna branch off to doing maybe some other stuff if time makes for it, if effort makes for it. I think it is on this path that I don't know where it's going, but I'm taking it a day at a time, and I'm loving every second of it. You know,
I'll take a
but
coffee shop and a restaurant.
yeah, yeah, no, 100%. I could listen. I would love if your mom's friend or your U.S. mom is gonna make a coffee shop and she needs mugs. We'll make some happen. We'll talk about that.
Definitely. That would be like
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I like the QR code I made. I have
game
it saved.
changer.
I can add that QR code to everything. And even when I was talking to Josh about it, he's like, "Yo, this is actually a pretty cool idea." So I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm gonna go to the gym tonight. I'm gonna wear my hoodie when I go, and I'm sure people, when I'm on the treadmill, when I'm working out, people are gonna walk by, scan it, be like, "Oh, what is this?" And listen, if we get some people coming through checking us out, why not? Why not?
Why not? This is so amazing. I want
So
that t-shirt. Damn
I'm
it.
gonna I'm gonna send it. So he said, like I said, he's making me another one. So I'm gonna send that one, and this one I'll see what I can do. I could probably just use it for myself as well. But honestly, guys, it's been an amazing podcast. I love our February month in review. I'm gonna try to come up with a better name, but I'll leave it as it is for now. I'm gonna link some stuff for Rose, link some stuff for myself, link some stuff for Gemini Creations. Um, but once again, we love you guys, and we appreciate you taking the time to be here and show your appreciation and stories and everything. And like that's it, man. I love you. Like what more can I say at this point? Like you guys are honestly awesome, and honestly, a huge shout out to our guests. I don't think I show enough appreciation there, but you guys showing up, I like it's motivation like crazy. Like I love the conversations we have. I love the fact that you guys share your stories, and I you know what I love the most is like they come on and they're shy. Like every podcast when we've done our test, and this in the month of February, right? Everyone's been shy. Everyone's like, I've never done this before. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to do, right? But when they got on the podcast, they were fire. They were just absolute fire. They
Yeah,
would just
open
talk
up.
and talk. They would just feel natural. They would just feel good. And you can see it. If you watch those episodes, go back and watch it. Yeah, at the beginning they're a little bit more reserved, but then they open up, man. They open up and they're just like, yeah, like this feels good. And like I'm just like I'm proud of them. I really am, because none of us know how it's gonna go, minus like technical issues and stuff like that. No, none of us know how the flow of the podcast is gonna go. But then like they start feeling good. They start like liking what they're talking about. Like I remember even talking to like David. He was just like, oh, I'm kind of shy. I'm kind of shy. And if you go back and watch his episode, he's just nonstop talking, and I love it because he was just like feeling it. He was just in there. And
Comfortable.
I do feel like that has a lot to do with how me and you are and what this podcast does. Like it just kind of brings out the best of people, and like I said, that's just infectious. Like we're definitely living in times where I feel like it's a little bit darker, and that darkness is spreading, but we're spreading as much light as possible, and it's spreading pretty hard out there. That love is out there, and we have good times, and I think I love that. And I look forward to our guests, because they bring like different perspectives. I love their ideas and their stories. 4 months, and we've had countless numbers of amazing guests, And like, I mean, there's people who talk to me and they're like, I want to be on your podcast, and I'm like, that's just beautiful to hear. It just sounds amazing to hear. And I love that I
Please,
can offer it
yeah,
too. Like when I offered it to my brother-in-law to join, he's just like, man, like, yeah, I'd love to be on your podcast. And I was like, really? Really? And like, I was shocked.
yeah.
So anyway, listen, we're an hour and 40 minutes into today. But I love you guys, and thank you, Frank. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Teresa, Gina. Thank you for all showing the love and appreciation and
Yeah,
participating
thank you
in our
so
channel.
much for people gonna watch us later.
Thank you for those that
We
shared
need
our
you
channel.
more than you think. So thank
Listen,
you for
the,
every
the, the
single
beautiful
love.
part is we walked in here needing it, right? Now we're all walking away with just getting it because of who we are. Like we were out there trying to gain numbers because we wanted to gain the numbers, right? Now we're doing it because it's just like an amazing thing to do. And I like, honestly, Rose, for I think I see the biggest growth in you there, because when we first talked about the podcast, we were all talking about nothing but growth, and that's all we wanted to do, right? But as we went on this journey, it ended up being more about learning about ourselves, and growth just happened to come along with that. And that's what I wanted the most for you to get out of it, because that's what I wanted out of it, and I got it in a heartbeat. The second we started making the episodes and stuff, that's what I started feeling
Yes.
was just like the motivation for you. I know it was like we definitely want that growth there for people to come in, watch us and stuff like that, right? But I promised you, Rose, I was like, look, it's gonna happen naturally. Like, we're just gonna be ourselves. We're gonna bring in our guests. We're gonna talk about what we talk
I
about.
took that organic moment.
Yeah, and then after, now look at where we're at. We have a chat that's blowing up without effort. We have me and you talking for an hour and 40 minutes without effort. Me and you have nothing but gratitude. Me and you have nothing but growth. Me and you have nothing but looking forward to like the next day. Look at your glow. Look at my glow. I honestly think we're doing fantastic, and I'm actually proud to say that. I think in the past I wouldn't have said that to myself. I'd be like, nah, I could do better. Nah, I could do better. But then now the beautiful part is I know I can do better, but I'm already doing great. And it's nice for me to be able to say that. And I definitely want to be able to say that without motivation
I
session.
like that one of the podcasts you said for the first time, you're telling yourself how proud you are of yourself.
I never
That
told
was like
myself
a
that.
wow moment for me. I was like,
Never.
oh my
But
goodness.
listen, minus the podcast, I've never told that to myself. Like I think the like the only proud moment for me was like I learned how to drive stick, and I thought that was impressive for myself. But never was I looked in the mirror. I like Rose. I looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, I'm proud of you. I started tearing up, of course, when I said that because it's me. But um, I never said that to myself. I never realized how much self affirmation actually hits, and it was beautiful. It was nice to do, and see, I'm like tearing up now. Frank said right now, we are proud of you, Sanjay. Like I'm still tearing up. I'm working on it, but like it's beautiful to hear. It really is.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. Okay, like all right, I'm hungry because now I'm thinking about all the delicious colored food that I have downstairs. Um,
Yeah, so
Honestly,
cheers and
guys,
I'm beautiful. Let me put more,
cheers
a
to
little
you
bit more
and the
tea.
beautiful motivation
I have a
station
bit
we created. All of us created together. Okay,
more.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna do something special for all of you, for our early subscribers. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for being a part of this family, really. And we look forward to more episodes together. We look forward to more great stories to share, more inspiration to share. And Rose, nothing but greatness for both of us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Love you guys.
Cheers, cheers.
Have a motivated day. Cheers.
Yes, have a motivated day, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time on
Next
Motivation
Saturday.
Station. All right, guys, take care.